Hey everyone, welcome back to Go Kick Me, your favorite crowdfunding news and reviews channel here on YouTube. So welcome back. Today we have another Kickstarter project called the Hyperdrive USB-C Hub Plus 7.5 watt Qi wireless charger iPhone stand. Wow, that's a mouthful. So this is by Hyper by Sanho. So I guess the company is Sanho and Hyper is the line, and this one is called Hyperdrive USB-C Hub, I think, or Hyperdrive. Anyway, this is an award-winning 8-in-1 USB-C hub plus Qi wireless charging stand for iPhone and Android, yada yada yada. Okay, so basic idea is this is exactly what it says. It's a wireless charging stand, but it's also more than that. One of the things I like about this is actually that it's a solution to the problem that you face on basically every new Mac coming out. They switched to USB-C, and now it's all USB-C, which means no Lightning ports, no Thunderbolt ports, no mag charge, no... I guess they still have a headphone jack, but like literally everything else, USB, normal USB, so all your old accessories don't work, no HDMI port, etc. So, you need adapters for everything. So this thing is basically a hub to solve it. And oh, by the way, it also happens to have wireless charging. Let's watch the video really quickly. Pretty well done. So that's kind of
I don't think so.
the old way, and here's the new way.
Introducing the new Hyperdrive USB-C.
Oh, the other thing I didn't mention is it also happens to do memory cards. So, whatever, USB memory sticks and mini SDs or micro SDs and regular SDs, and your HDMI, and apparently Ethernet, and it's a hub so you can connect your external drives, and it connects in through USB, and oh, by the way, here you are putting your phone on it.
Gestures.
So it's really like a Swiss Army knife of dealing with Macs, I guess. So this would be nice to just leave on your desk, and then when you bring your laptop in, just plug in that one port, and everything else is basically there, and everything works perfectly. And oh, by the way, put your phone over there. So I actually really like that. One thing I don't really like is the fact that this flip-up stand looks like it's easy to just fall over. Like they say, oh, it's adjustable. But
Viewing angles.
I don't know,
Don't
it
even
better
need
have a
to
good
use
hinge in there so it doesn't fall
Just
over by
connect
accident.
it to any USB-C power. Here are the 5 reasons why the Hyperdrive is the best.
So pretty organized here in the video. So it can do the higher power Qi standard. It can do the Android super high power one, and it can do all kinds of other stuff. It doesn't get overheated, yada yada yada. So they got all these, good reasons. In this version, they show here the USB-C cable that plugs into your computer is basically hardwired in here, and it sort of hides under the. It can fold up underneath it, and apparently they've changed that. So I'll show that in a second.
USB-C input instead of DC input. It is the
So
only iPhone wireless charger.
first thing when I saw this is I'm like, dude, that's way too short. That really limits your options. And apparently they addressed that in the new one. So anyway, nice ladies showing you that this group has done. I guess they were the ones that made that. Probably one of the first big USB-C hubs, so you can get all your ports back for your MacBook Pro, new edition MacBook Pro, or your MacBook Air. And they compare it against the other, Belkin ones that you can get at the Apple Store. And this is all the different adapters that they're really dealing with or replacing. So apparently these cost $250 if you bought them from the Apple Store. If you don't buy them from the Apple Store, probably $30. No, a little bit more than that. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Say they're $15 each. Okay, so 100 and something. Buying them at the Apple Store is $250. So it's easier, and here, so it's $79. That's for the super early bird, starting at. Unfortunately, that's long gone. So let's talk about money while we're on the price. They've raised $528,000 out of a $100,000 goal. They've got 4,000 backers. 16 days to go, so not much time, but they're well over the minimum. But unfortunately, right now you can only get the not early bird price. I guess the late bird price. No, there's an even later one. So 109 now. This will go pretty soon. They've only got 76 left. Then it'll be up to 119, so you better hurry up. Or you can get them at 110, 109 if you buy multiple ones. But that's actually way, way higher than, $79. $79 I like. $120 I'm not so happy about. Let's really quickly talk about the changes. So under updates, they actually have a decent amount of updates. I guess the first one launched and funded in the first hour. That's pretty good, but I never believe those numbers. But they made design improvements, and this was just from like last week. And let's read it. So they've apparently gone back and actually changed some stuff. So they decided to can the built-in cable and just allow you to plug in a USB-C to USB-C cable, I guess. And this part seems to be the same, so they didn't really resolve the... I think there's a stand there, they just don't show it. So maybe that's not so much of an issue. And then the other thing is they put this weird power display on here. Where is it? It's hidden in here somewhere. Yeah, here it is. So it actually shows you the voltage and the current. And the funny thing is, in the comment section, nobody likes this. They're like, how about you just put an LED in there that shows me it's blinking, or maybe two LEDs if it's high voltage or something. Don't waste my time with this ugly ass digital display. Which, yeah, I think that's actually a much better solution. Unless you can use this for something else. If it's just showing voltage and amps, it's kind of overkill. Because there's only going to be like a discrete number of options. So, as you can see, people are here like, yeah, I don't really see any purpose to the screen. +1 for removing the screen and a pouch. I guess +1 for a pouch and +1 for not having the screen. And so, anyway, they seem to be pretty receptive, especially in the comments here. They're answering questions and whatnot. Not every day, but pretty good. These guys know what they're doing. They're 6 times creators. So I like that new change. For the most part, I'm not super keen on the screen, but I guess if that's what it is, that's what it is. I'd rather they drop the price, get rid of that thing. I think $120 is kind of steep, though, for essentially what is a USB hub and a wireless charger. If you see my other videos about the wireless chargers, you can get one for as low as like $12 on Amazon. And the hub thing, okay, yeah, you could get an integrated hub. It might not do all the stuff, but you could get one at least for the USB part. For what, like $10? And you could also get a card reader and all these other things that plug into those. So, if you try to replicate this separately, for the most part, I think you could actually do it, much, much cheaper, maybe for $50 or less. It wouldn't be all in one. It wouldn't be quite so nice. Wouldn't have a flip-up stand. You could buy a stand, too, for that price. So I think that's the biggest thing is the price. One other key thing to note is, as you guys know, the, what do they call it? Air Power or whatever, the Apple standard for wireless charging is not yet released. So they don't have an official Apple Qi compatible charger. And that one is supposed to be able to do even better than the standard Qi ones for Apple products. And it's supposed to be able to do the Series 3 Apple Watch, which Qi ones don't work on. So unfortunately that one is not out yet, but these guys did mention something, which is the fact that since this is a hub, and because USB-C is like, multi-voltage and stuff like that, there's actually a controller on there. Apparently you can do a firmware update of this thing's controlling software sometime in the future. So what they're implying is if there's a new standard, i.e. the Air Power or whatever, that comes out, hypothetically, not promising anything, but hypothetically this thing could be retroactively upgraded via, you put in a USB or you do it from the computer where it can rewrite the EEPROM or whatever, and voila, you could actually have a future-proof wireless charger now, but it's not confirmed, of course, until we know what the actual standards are, because they haven't been released yet. But that's actually kind of a cool thing. Does that make it worth the price? I don't know. I'm gonna give this one a really. I'm really on the fence. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up, just because a mild thumbs up, just because it really does kill whatever 8 birds with 1 stone. Although I do think it's a little bit expensive. Um, I'll give them a little bit of credit because it is crowdfunding, so it's not like it's a finished product. But yeah, we'll see how it turns out. I think the delivery date is supposed to be May, which is only like, basically 3 months from now. So that might be a little ambitious. Just making 4,000 of those things and actually getting them in your hands within 3 months. This thing still goes another 2 weeks too. So then you got Chinese New Year. The factory in China is not going to be up and running until like March 1st, and then you got like 8 weeks to get 4,000 of them made and QC'd and everything. Might be a ton. Okay, so this one they actually put, if you don't get the early birds, I guess it says June. You're at the bottom back of the list. What does it say for the first one? First one's supposed to be done by April. Oh crap. Okay, so yeah, definitely these guys might have a weight on their hands. But crowdfunding, they're all like that. Okay, that's it for today. Do check us out on Facebook and Twitter at GoKickMe. If you have any questions or feedback, or you're from Hyper by Sanho and you think I totally got anything wrong, leave a comment. If you are those guys from Sonic Soak and you don't like me, F off. I'm still picking on him. That's my favorite video. And if you're that guy who called me a jerk and said I live in an apartment because I'm a loser English teacher, screw you too. Okay, I'm just ranting now. Okay, see you guys next time. Bye.